Hey, Becky, good to see you. Hope all's well. Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having an awesome Saturday night. It is April 15th, 2023. Yeah, hope you're doing great. I'm on just for a little bit tonight, maybe till 9:15 or so. I'm gonna do a sketch. I'm looking for an image right now. I have a sample pack of paper, so maybe we'll mess around with some paper in here. And yeah, let's see. But I hope you're doing well. So if you've been watching my posts the past couple days, I've been doing sketches of this really cool place called the Steel Stacks. Uh, it's a decommissioned steel mill in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It was decommissioned, I think, in the early 90s. But this place is incredible. Oh my gosh. I will pull up a picture in a minute. But I've been inspired to do these really fun, kind of whimsical sketches based on this plant. So I thought it'd be fun maybe to do another sketch tonight, but I'm going to try doing it on a different type of paper. This is just really thin sketch paper. You could do washes on it, but it does bleed through. I really enjoy sketching on this paper. It's in my Lockbee field journal, and I can pull out, get more information on it if you'd like. But it's really been a cool experience sketching this. So we're gonna break out some paper here, and I'm gonna find an image just to work off of as an idea. I have like 150 or so photos I took the other day. So I didn't pick anything up before I came online. So let's, I'm just gonna grab this one. I don't want to spend too much time looking. Let's grab this image here, and we'll work with this one, I think. And let me just open it here as well. All right, cool. All right, Becky says, so cool. Hey, thanks, Becky. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun sketching those. So here's the image on the screen. I'm going to work with this one tonight and do another sketch, and we'll have fun with that. So I have this cool sample pack of paper. Let's turn this off for a minute. We don't need it on. And we'll start to sketch in a couple of minutes, and then we'll talk about this right here as well. The iris painting. So this is Artistico. When I went to the workshop, the Canuga Water Media workshop a couple weeks ago, they gave out sample packs. So I figured it'd be fun. Just go in here, we'll pull some out. We have some hot press samples here. Let's see, you can see the label. 300 hot press, which is very smooth and slick. So maybe we'll play with the hot press, or actually, you know what? What's this? This is called soft press. Never even heard of soft press before. I guess soft press, and this is cold press. Soft press texture is a little smoother. Here's some cold press. So let's actually sketch on this one. It's called the soft press paper. Let's see how it works. But it's always cool when you can get sample packs to try paper. You know, sometimes we think we just have to go and buy a whole pad of paper, but a lot of companies will sell sample packs. So it's just a good recommendation. Same thing with watercolors. You know, instead of buying a whole tube or pans of watercolor paints, you can get sheets like this. This is from Daniel Smith. You can go online and buy these sheets. I got 4 of them. And it's just little sample colors. It's pretty cool, and it's a great way just to sample and try different things out. Hey, D-Ray's in the house. Good to see you, D-Ray. Hope all is well. I know you've been having some travel glitches because of the volcanic activity. So hang in there. Cameron, good to see you as well. You guys are awesome. Really, really cool. So what I'd like to do, when we have 5 people watching, I'm going to start an auction tonight. And the auction's going to be for this iris painting that I actually did today. It came out pretty cool. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but yeah, this, I'm gonna zoom in. This came out really awesome. And I thought it'd be fun to auction it off. And what I'll do is I'll start the bidding. And I'm gonna go till 9:15 tonight. And I'm just gonna let you guys bid, whoever's in the room and in chat. I'm gonna let you guys bid on this until we'll say 9:10. And whoever has the highest bid around 9:10 will be able to be the proud owner of this cool iris sketch. Here's some info about it. Hey, Chris is in the house. Great to see you, Chris. Welcome. I love when you guys are popping in. This is so cool. So let's talk about the iris. I don't do flowers. So this is not, yeah, this is me practicing flowers. I think it came out okay. Pretty good. I actually like it. The size of this is, so this is like 5 inches by 7. So it's 5 by 7. It's mixed media. The black is just for background, so it's not mounted. This is just black paper I have here. So it's just the white part. But I'll zoom in. You can see some of the details. It's mixed media, so here are the different tools I use for it. I'll show you guys if you want. So I use watercolor. Let me zoom out a little bit. I use some watercolor on it. I mixed red and blue watercolors to get some of the colors on the flower. I also mixed some, I have a sap green and a darker green. I kind of mixed those up for the stem. You'll see blue as well. What else did I use? I used my yellow Preppy pen. Where the heck is it? Let me grab my yellow Preppy. Speaking of Preppy, I am prepping for I'm going tomorrow to a really fun location. I'll do some streaming. I'll tell you guys tomorrow about it. But I'm prepping and packing. It's like a day trip. I used my Preppy pen, the yellow ink. So you see the bleeding here. That's from the Preppy. There's some in here as well. Gel pens. Boom. I'm not one of those people that says you have to use white for your watercolor and let the white be the paper. I use some white gel pen for some of this as well to get some of these lines and effects on here. So we have a gel pen on there. Of course, all my sketches are 90% of them always start with a Sharpie. So this was done with a Sharpie, the outline of it. And I used a, right here, a flare pen. Flares are cool, great for bleeding the ink around the edges, so it kind of softens it. So there's some flare pen on there as well. And I think that's it. So those are the materials I used for this. Obviously a paintbrush as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the bids for this. I'm thinking my birthday is October 23rd, so let's go with $10.23. So $10.23 is a starting big bid for this piece. And I'm going to let you guys, whoever's interested, just bid on it throughout the show while I'm sketching. And let's say at 9:10, I will see who has the highest number. I'll let you know like a minute or so before. But at 9:10, we'll see whoever has the highest number, and you guys will get to own this really cool sketch. I'm very proud of this one, guys. It's cool. I'm gonna scan it and maybe actually sell prints of it as well. But you will own the original. All right, cool. So I'm gonna put this to the side. If anybody else is joining, maybe I'll try to keep it on screen as I'm sketching. Or maybe someone could post in the chat that there's a bid going on for this. That would be cool. I really appreciate you guys. All right, so let's do some industrial sketching. This place is amazing. If you guys are into industrial architecture, old, decaying, weathered structures, this is your place. I'm in the process of putting together some videos here that are actually going to lead into workshops I'm going to be teaching this summer, or a workshop this summer. So I'm getting some videos together for promo material to promote the workshops, and what I'd like to do is start an online sketching community as well for architecture. So we're going to use this image, and I'm going to just play around. Let's do it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'll check the chat out. I'll try to give some instruction. You guys know me. I'm all over the place. That's why I call it inking out loud, because I'm literally just kind of talking and whatever's going through my brain as I'm working on it. And I am not going to start with this pen that I grabbed. All right, I'm going to start with a Sharpie. I'm going to look at the image as inspo. Again, I'm not trying to replicate it. I'm just using it as a starting point. Let's see who's in the house. So Chris is in the house. Good to see you. Hey, Karen's in the house. Good to see you. We got the Inkling reunion going on. Patty, awesome. You guys are so cool. So, good evening. Loving your steel stacks. Thank you. Workshops, yay. Yeah. Yeah, I already had, so this was so cool. I posted this one right here. And I have a coworker whose sister actually works at the Steel Stacks, which is really cool. And she saw this post and she wants to buy this for her sister. So how cool is that? You never know who you're going to connect with, guys. That's why you got to put it out there. All right, let's do it. Feel free to sketch along at home. I'm actually going to move this over. I have a bigger image on screen that I want to look at. So can anybody tell me why I'm starting with a Sharpie? If you guys have watched some of my live streams, you might know, or taken some workshops. Why do I like to start with a Sharpie? Let me know in the comments. So I'm kind of looking at the picture more than the paper. I'm just trying to capture the feel of some of these shapes. This has this really cool kind of curve going on like this. Woof. That's a fun curve. I'm almost doing this as a continuous line sketch. I think there are fun ways to start out just outlining buildings. And by doing a continuous line sketch, I'm just looking at the overall shapes and the lines. Oops. And it's okay. This is quick, it's loose. I don't want to think too much. So this is the first time I've used this paper. We'll see how it plays out. We got some kind of pipe coming over here. Get this big round like tank here. You can see I'm definitely not sketching every single object or line you see on here. I'm just I'm scanning the photo, and whatever's catching my eye is what I'm putting down on paper. So when I'm sketching this right now, I'm not saying, okay, I'm sketching a stack, I'm sketching a tank, I'm sketching a ladder. What my brain is saying is I'm sketching this line, I'm sketching this shape. I got this shape here. Because if I'm thinking to myself, oh, I gotta sketch this tank, then I'm gonna wanna really get into detail and make sure it's precise. All right, cool, we got the line here as well. Got some kind of railing going back here. That might be enough to get started for an outline. So there we go, we have a quick outline down. Yeah, Elena, you're right. Elena, welcome. You're right, it doesn't bleed with the water. That's why I'm starting with a Sharpie. Because I know I'm gonna end up throwing color and doing washes on here, like these sketches. And if I had sketched, say I sketched all the black here with a water-soluble ink, it would have been a big muddy mess. So that's why I usually start off with Sharpie. Hopefully that makes sense. Cool. Hey, you guys are all saying hi. I love that. You guys are awesome in the chat. Don't forget, if anybody is interested in bidding on the iris, $10.23. You could start bidding anytime. And we'll see who's ahead at 9:10. If no one bids on it, that's cool too. It's all good. All right. Phase 1, step 1. Sharpie, down on paper. Chris says, so do you find it hard to do loose wonky being an architect? I find it hard for me to do that being a detail type of person. So that's a really, really great question. I have to say I don't find it hard. I think that's because in college, in architecture school, I was kind of trained and learned to do really quick, loose sketches just to get my ideas or concepts across to professors. We had a lot of kids in our studio. We all had a limited amount of time with the professor. So if we wanted feedback or critiques, we had to get things down quick, or while we were talking, get things down quick. So that really, I think, kept me loose. But I kind of see what you're saying. If I stopped sketching and I just only did architectural technical drawings for the past 20-something years, yeah, loose would be challenging. But I've kind of made it a practice to keep sketching, to keep that looseness. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Some tips, I have some tips for being loose. One tip is just the way you're holding your pen or pencil, right? Don't hold it down here and draw tight lines. Hold it from the mid of the barrel or back further. Be more loose and limber. You can even shake out your hands like this. Loosen up a little bit. Hold the pen back here. Hold it kind of loose, and just kind of, just kind of draw the lines. Another way for me to be loose is for this. Is if I am looking at an actual building, or structure, or a photograph, I'm tending to look more at the actual building in real life or photograph than I am looking down at the piece of paper. So if I'm looking at the photo, right, like I'm doing now, more than the paper, I'm not focusing on details. If I was staring at the paper, I'd be wanting to do a lot of detail work. So look maybe more at your subject as you're putting the lines down. Those are a couple of quick tips. All right, so step 1, throw down Sharpie. Step 2, let's do some, let me grab the tools we're gonna use here, the colors. So where are my pens? Boom. I have them here, I know I do. I started packing some things to bring tomorrow. Just gotta grab it. No, where did I put them? Oh, they're in a cup here. All right, so in this, I have some apple snail ink we're gonna use, which is like a nice brown color. So we're gonna use that. I need my brush here as well. Let's put this here. I need more room on my desk. So step 2 is I'm gonna throw down some ink that I wanna bleed. I'm gonna turn off, I'm turning off the photograph because I don't need to look at it anymore, and I don't want to. So we're losing the photograph, guys. Boom. All right, so this is water soluble ink, so I am just gonna throw down some ink on here. I'm gonna move this because I don't want to muck it up, so we'll put this over here. Dirty water. Here's kind of a pro tip. I like to use dirty water when I'm doing, especially when I'm doing industrial type of sketches. I think it just helps with the vibe. So I'm using some dirty water, and I'm just gonna bleed some of this ink we threw down. And you can see the dirty water has some black in it, which is fine. And I'm not trying to cover up the entire sketch. I'm going to leave a lot of white space on here. I mean, this is cool. Look how I kind of can just blot this down. You can see the ink bleeding. Sometimes I'll even get crazy and I'll just actually dip into the bottle of ink. And I can just throw it down like this. It's more concentrated. I actually really like that. I'm throwing down a little bit more. So I'm not actually even painting. I'm just tapping, just kind of dabbing the brush on the paper. Put the cap on. I'm not dabbing. I'm not doing, how do you do that? What's the dab move? Who knows the dabbing? The dance dab. I'm trying to do it, but I'm epically failing at it right now. I'm not doing that kind of dabbing. What's that saying? A little dab will do you? So, cool. All right. So we got some the brown ink on there, which I really like. Another color I like to use in this palette for these types of drawings right here. If I go to my watercolor, you wet some of this here. We're going to use some turquoise. Wet some of that. Some orange as well and yellow. Maybe put some brown in there too. I'm going to move this so you guys can kind of see what I'm grabbing and going. Hopefully you guys can see that. Cameron says, if you're interested, check out the Volkswagen factory in Wolfsburg, Germany. It's more like the factory is a city. I will definitely do that, Cam. Thank you so much. All right, so while this is wet, we're going to do a little wet and wet technique. I love when the colors just kind of do their thing together. So I'm just dipping into the watercolor and we're just going to throw some of this turquoise just on top, even right on top of the brown ink we threw down. And I'm just kind of randomly putting it on and not doing clean brush strokes. Again, I'm kind of tapping it, moving it around a little bit here and there, kind of mixing it in places. I'm just trying to get a kind of an old, kind of a fun, distressed look here. Is this the color that the photograph had? No, not really. I'm inspired by the spirit of the photograph. Yeah, that's cool. You know, maybe I'll grab some some turquoise, less water. That way you get kind of nice, strong in some places. Maybe I'll kind of throw it down here as well. And if you look, I'll zoom in. I just love, look at these colors. I just love how these are just playing together. For me, this is what is really fun. Just watching this stuff kind of mix and dance and gel and dry. I actually like this spot here. You can see where the brush kind of skipped over some of the texture on the paper. Those little white flecks, really cool. If you look at my palette, you can see I don't really clean it out too much. And that's okay. I like the grungy factor. So I leave my palette dirty a lot. Some other colors we're going to mix or use on here. I'm going to just grab some orange, throw it in here. I like orange when it blends with the aqua. I always keep calling it aqua. Are turquoise and aqua the same? I don't even know. So if I say aqua, I mean turquoise. It's kind of the same thing in my brain. But you can get nice black and gray colors and you kind of mix them together. I'm also not a purist when it comes to dipping in here. You'll see that I mix colors in here in the actual pans. I don't always do it intentionally, but it does happen, and I don't freak out about it. But you can see we're getting kind of a nice rusty orange color down here. We can just tap some of that orange here as well. Maybe we'll just have a little more intense orange, just kind of happening in there. And I feel like I have this orange there that I want to just do some here kind of vertically, just kind of balance that. Throw down some more intense orange right here. That's cool. Looking pretty cool. Bum, 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 bum. Let's look in the comments. Cameron is an architectural student, and what Mr. Nick said is true. Thanks, Cam. Love the stacks and the iris. Ooh, yeah, the iris. Yeah, that iris is really awesome right here, guys. Thank you, Karen. So don't forget, guys, yep, the iris is up for bids. I'm actually going to stay until 9:30. 9:30. So we'll see what the highest bid is at 9:10, and then I'll let it go for 10 more minutes. So 9:20 is the official drawing, the high bid time. I will not extend it more. Dawn's, hey, Dawn's in the house. This is like an Inkling reunion. You guys are awesome. Love it. Karen says, great colors. They are definitely fun. Loving it, loving it. So let me show you some other tools while it's drying. So let's see. I'm trying in my brain to break this process down into steps so that I can teach it in a workshop this summer. I want to try to be more organized in how I teach this. I do it, but I don't think about how I do it. So thank you guys for playing along with me tonight. All right, so step 1 was throwing down the Sharpie. Step 2 was adding some ink, brown ink. Step 3, put some watercolor down. When it dries, I'll definitely come back and I'll add some more ink details. You can see kind of like the steps I did here. So that'll be probably the last step I'll do, is add those kinds of colors. All right, so there's another color I want to throw on here. This will be the last color other than maybe some pink. I lied. I'll probably break out light aqua colored pencil and a pink colored pencil after it dries. But guys, I'm loving this yellow preppy color. That's actually the color you see here on the iris painting. I literally took the cartridge out. It's right here. It was almost empty. I'll show you. Oh, let me see if I can get it out of here. So I took the cartridge out and I just turned it upside down and I shook it over the painting. That's how I got the splatters there. So there's still a little bit in here. I mean, actually, let me show you on this painting. Let's give it a shot. Or actually, you know what? I don't want to splatter it yet. Let's just throw down some of this yellow. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. If I need to zoom in or something, just let me know in the chat. I'm going to grab another brush, which I have here. This is a little Cheap Joe's American Journey watercolor brush. And I'm just going to use that to kind of move around this yellow. Actually, for fun, let's just do this. I'm going to see if there's any I can pull out of here that's left. There we go. You can kind of see it here. Here you can go. So I'm just splattering some of that out, right out of the tube. And we're gonna let it dry like that. So a sketch like this is really about layers. Just adding layers and building them up. And you do have to be a little patient because of some of the ink details that will be added on later after everything's dried. Although what we could do is we could pull out Pentel Energel pen, which will work on some of the wet areas. There goes my, I was trying to be systematic, but I think part of my systematic fun is just kind of jumping around. It's just kind of sketching, trying to show these stacks as being curved. And I'm doing that by just kind of doing these rivets. Notice they're not straight across, but they're kind of curved to give the illusion. By the way, are there any bids yet on the iris? I'm curious. I haven't looked. And again, I won't be upset if there aren't any bids. It's all good. But I would be really cool if someone wanted to own this piece. It's really, really cool right here. Again, here's the iris. If you want to bid on it, feel free to put your bids in the comments. All right, so you can see I'm just taking this Energel. I'm kind of sketching some contour lines to make these stacks even more curved looking. I'm going to sketch in some shadows. Pardon me, I like to move this stuff around a lot, some sketching. So I'm going to sketch in some contour lines like this, just to indicate we got some curves happening. And I could bleed those if I want. So if I want to soften the Energel ink, I can a little bit, just bleed it. It's looking pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to let it dry for a minute because I'm left-handed and it is not art unless what? You wear it. I am definitely wearing it on my palm. So we'll let that dry for a minute. Lena says, I'm not sure if I'm the first to bid or how this works, but Lena's bidding at $15. That's so cool, Lena. Thank you. Lena, you're doing it right. So $15 I see. Patty loves the turquoise. Grunge. Yeah, guys, wait until I put this on, the light aqua color pencil. So I'm waiting for this to dry. Hopefully I can do that in the next few minutes. Bid on the iris. Becky Bailey is back in the house on, looks like on YouTube. Hey Becky, good to see you back again. D-Ray, Sharpie ink watercolor. Thank you. What kind of pen is that? Yellow. This is a preppy. This is a preppy pen with yellow ink in it. They are removable cartridges. You can see here's one that I took out earlier. I have pink ones and red ones and black ones and a blue one and a green one. So I have a bunch of different colors. My two favorite are the pink and the yellow. Putting on some yellow, adding layers. Dawn, hey, Dawn is bidding at 25. Thank you so much, Dawn. That's so cool. Dawn, it's always great to see you. pulling out all kinds of mixed media tools now. Yeah, Becky, I'm definitely getting to all mixed media stuff. It's still not dry enough for color pencil. Hey, Karen's in 30 for the iris. Karen, thank you so much. So right now, guys, the leading bid is $30 for the iris. It's $9.05. $9.20. I'm going to take the highest bid at $9.20. So 15 more minutes to bid on the iris. So cool. Thank you guys for bidding on it. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to just keep sketching on here a little bit. I'm going to break out the flare pen. So tomorrow, well, I'll let you guys know. Since you're watching, I was going to keep it a surprise, but I'll let you guys know where I'm headed tomorrow. Tomorrow I am going to visit a New York City icon that I have not seen in over 20-something years. I'm going to be spending the day tomorrow at the Statue of Liberty. How cool is that? It's supposed to be, I think, upper 60s, maybe cloudy. It's going to be a great day. So I'm looking forward to going to Statue of Liberty, where I am literally just going to be photographing and sketching for a lot of hours. Think here, inking out loud. I want to pull these stacks out a little bit. I can do it a few different ways. I could break out my Sharpie, right? Or what I could do is I could break out a black Lamy pen with black Lamy ink, which I'm looking for. It's in here. So let's do that. I'm gonna pull out my black Lamy pen. By the way, this is a really cool pencil or art case. It's by Etcher. Not cheap, kind of pricey, but it holds a lot of stuff in it. Very flexible. I even have a battery pack in here for my phone. I even have my watercolor kit in here as well. I think I'm going to bring this with me. They don't allow backpacks to the Statue of Liberty, so I'm hoping I could bring this. If not, I'm going to pare it down. Definitely going to bring my field journal, a couple pens, and I might slip one of these Lockbee Quattros in my pocket that has pens, brushes, and stuff in it as well. So I'll probably end up bringing this right here. Field journal and one of my Quattros, because this fits in my pocket nicely. I don't want to get into trouble trying to get into Statue of Liberty and when they're not accepting backpacks. So really cool. So that's just a cool little travel tip when sketching. All right, so anyway, I was going to pull this out. I got sidetracked. My bad. Wah, wah, wah. All right. Hopefully there's ink in here. You might notice I like to take the caps off of my pens when I'm sketching. And the reason I do that is I like to move the pen a lot in my hand. And the cap, especially when they have clips on them, they just kind of annoy me when I'm trying to move the pen. So I'll take the caps off a lot. So again, this is a paper I've never used. What did they call it? It's called soft press. I didn't even know they made a soft press. Sometimes when your watercolor paper is too rough, pens don't work well on it. This seems like it's working okay. But you can see I'm just kind of darkening these stacks a little bit. This Lamy ink will bleed. I actually want to pull this shape out too a little bit. This right here, so you can see as I'm going around. So guys, my time is 9:10 on my clock here, 9:10. So 10 more minutes to bid on the iris. So I'm just kind of pulling out some of these lines a little bit darker. And you can see as I'm adding different layers of things, I think it's, starting to pull together. One of the cool things for me about creating artwork, painting and sketching, is that it goes through phases. You go through the first phase of what the heck do I paint? What do I sketch? You go through the next phase of, okay, I'm just going to throw something down, get started. Boom. You go through a next stage where you're like, oh my God, this looks horrible. What am I doing? The ugly stage. And then you go through another stage where you throw down a little more on it. And then there's that stage where it just changes and you're like, oh my gosh. It starts coming together. So don't give up. Keep going forward. You could always learn from what you're doing. Don't just throw it away and throw it in the garbage. Well, you could walk away and come back. That's cool. But don't give up. That's one of the things I loved about watching Bob Ross paint. For me, every time I watched a Bob Ross episode, there was that magic point where his painting just transformed. I can't explain it. If you guys have watched it, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's just a magic moment when art's being created. And I love when that moment happens. Right now I'm kind of getting out of the I'm out of that ugly stage. Sketch that here as well. I want to throw down some gray on here. So I'm going to mix in my palette. I'm going to mix some blue. I like to mix my own gray paint color. So I'm just going to get a lot of stuff out. I like to take blue. And then I like to take brown as well. So blue and brown. I could bleed my Flair pen, I could bleed black ink to get gray as well. But I kind of just like to mix my own sometimes. So we got kind of a grayish color going on. And why am I doing that? Really good question. Because I kind of want this stack to fade in the background a little bit. So I'm going to just add just some gray to kind of give it a little bit of shadow. Let's add some more. Maybe under this here, got a little bit of shadows happening. I like to use ultramarine blue when making shadows. So I'm going to grab a little more ultramarine and maybe kind of just pop it on here. Let it run down the wet paper. I like to work at an angle so gravity pulls my colors down. Alright, I'm going to pop. This is getting dry enough. I could almost start adding some of the aqua watercolor marker. But I want to grab some orange. I'm going to pop some orange in here a little bit. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. So I'm just throwing down some orange. I'm just trying to get this to look like it's being weathered. It's kind of running down the stacks a little bit. So I'm literally just dipping my brush here into the orange, picking up a little bit of that gray, and just kind of pulling it down, and that gives it that look like it's kind of just running down a little bit. Let me pull some. I'm going to blot some of this out here. Not too crazy right about this area right here. So I'm just going to lift some of it out. Done. Cool. Bum. 2 more weeks and school's over. Let's give it up for Dawn, guys. Hang in there, Dawn. 2 more weeks. That's awesome. You got this thing. I cannot type tonight. No worries. Becky says, I want to hang out with the cool Inkling kids tonight. Becky, you are in the right place. I hope I could be part of that group. That would be awesome. Patty says, Statue of Liberty, so jealous. Yeah, don't be jealous. It's all good. I might live stream while I'm there as well, so maybe you can catch me live or watch some of the replays. I can't promise, but I might break in with a live stream or two just to show you where I'm at. I'm uber excited. Never been to Statue of Liberty. Cameron wanted to go. Oh, Cam, that's so cool. I'm actually taking a bus trip. So the bus is dropping us off at, I think, Liberty State Park. And from there we catch a ferry to Ellis Island, and then from Ellis Island you can catch a ferry to the Statue of Liberty. So I'll be exploring both Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. I feel like I need some more yellow. I mean, it's called yellow, but it looks orangey to me. So I just want to throw a little on here just to muck it up a little. Cool, that's enough. Making his own colors, yes. I was 12 years old the first time I went to Statue of Liberty. Oh, cool, awesome. We are enjoying this. There's a lot of folks on. Are there really? How many peeps we got? Got 9 peeps. That is a lot for me. You guys are awesome. I think my record was like, I think 15 people. But you know what? For me, it's not about the number of people. It's about the quality of people here. And you guys are all uber quality. You guys are awesome. So thank you. So cool. Oh, 916. Hand pink. Yeah, we're going to definitely bring out some pink. Becky's on YouTube. Yeah, Becky's watching YouTube. I don't know if she can see. Hey, Becky, I know you're on YouTube. Can you see everybody's comments on YouTube? I'm curious. Hey, Rebecca, good to see you. We'd take a picture of Statue of Liberty that you can share with the group so we could practice drawing the statue. I am going to be taking lots of pictures, so yes, I will have pictures. So right now the high bid for the iris is, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think Karen was at 30. So you have 3 more minutes to bid on this iris. Right now the high bid is $30. $30. And Karen has that. So 3 more minutes, guys. If you want this iris, you have 3 minutes to put a bid on it, okay? So it's 9:17. Actually, what I'll do is I'll set a timer on screen. So let me set a timer up, guys. Let me see, where's my thing to make the timer? I can add it. Oh yeah, here it is. That's 10 minutes. I gotta change it. Let's see. I gotta change the duration. Not to 20, not 23 hours. I'm setting the timer, guys. All right, add, boom. All right, here's the timer. So when this says 0, 0, 0 on my screen here, that's when the bids will be over. So you have 2 minutes, 45 seconds to bid on this. Right now the highest bid is 30. So if you want this cool iris, it's 5x7, original. Here's some details, look at it nice and close. Really fun piece. So you just got to bid more than 30 bucks right now. Go for it. All right, I got the pink, but let's throw down some light aqua color pencil. And I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see some of this in detail. All right, I love using Prismacolor colored pencils. Hopefully you can see that. So one of the things to think about though is when you're going to use them on a mixed media piece is wherever I'm throwing down this colored pencil, if I go back and throw down ink or watercolor on top of it, it's not going to stick to the paper, right? Because of the waxy content of the pencil. So sometimes I'll throw the pencil down last. But I'm just gonna add some of that blue on there. Look at this right here. How cool that looks. Notice my line isn't straight. I'm just kind of jig-jagging it, zigzagging it, just to create that kind of loose vibe. 1 minute, 20 seconds on my screen to bid on that iris. Karen is holding strong there. I think 30. If I saw the last bid correct, it was 30. All right, I know where I want to throw some pink down, so I'm just going to do it now. I want to actually throw some pink right here. Can't see it, so let me zoom out. I'm going to throw some pink right here. And this for me is just adding a bright pop, a kind of a whimsical touch. And since I have some there, I do want to throw some in another place, not a lot. Do I want to do this band here or this up here? 26 seconds left on my timer, guys. 26 seconds. To get the bids in. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time is up. Bum, 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 bum. It looks like, if I saw right, Karen is the winner. If anybody else saw another number, let me know. Karen. 30, 30. I'm scrolling through. Give it up for Karen, guys. Congratulations. Awesome. Karen, I'm so happy. This will be going out to you. Would you like me to sign it? Probably, right? I'll sign it. So what did I call this? I think I called it Iris, You Were Here. Iris, You Were Here. I think that's what I called it on the Facebook post. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Give it up for Karen, guys. That was so cool. I love it, love it, love it. Love it. Love it, love it. And if anybody's interested in what I'm working on right now, I'm just saying, this one could go up for a quick bid also. And that's it for the pink. I'm not going to get too crazy. Just want to have it in these few places here. And there you go. I think I need to do some hatching on here. Let's maybe do some hatching. Let's do the let's use a flare pen. Move this timer off here. Boom. Not done till you sign it. That's right, Chris. Not done till you sign it. Let's sign this bad boy as we head out west with this song. I like to sign them usually with a pilot pen. So here, let's sign it. I like to sign them sometimes vertically. So we'll put heart, Jason, and I usually put the year. And there you go. Boom. That one's done. Becky says, loving the colored pencil touches. Becky, you can see the comments now that you're on YouTube. Facebook, I could not see the comments. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure why. Is anybody else on Facebook not seeing comments? Let me know. I'm going to use my pilot pen. I'm just going to throw in some hatching lines. See what I just did here? I'm doing vertical hatching, but notice that the lines are short and they're getting longer as I go left to right. Here's why I did that. In case if you want to know. And if you don't want to know, I'm still going to tell you. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I am going to tell you, but you don't have to listen. So here's why I did that. I'm trying to make that stack curved looking, right? So let me just draw. Here, let's draw that. Let's just draw two quick stacks, all right? We'll make one look curved and one non-curved. So the one on the left is going to be not curved. I'm going to throw in some hatch lines here. Notice they're going kind of straight across. It's not really looking curved. I mean, the top is curved, but you're not getting that sense of 3D-ness, right? So here's kind of a trick. Couple things. One is like I was doing on this stack here, right here. You could take your lines, do vertical hatching, but as you're going towards one of the sides, you can make them longer. So you're kind of getting almost an effect that this is looking curved based on the lines. If I drew all those lines the same, if I drew them all like this, you're not really getting the curved look so much. This is more exaggerated. You could also do this. Draw contour lines, these curved lines. I'm exaggerating here, but when you do these curved lines, it's looking more 3D versus just doing straight across. So this is kind of the technique that I'll mix this and this up to get the curved look. Oh, the fun you can have with lines. That's all this is, guys. Sketching is just all about lines. Different types of lines can produce different types of effects. If you've taken workshops with me, I know you guys, a lot of you guys know this. I talk about different line types and how we can use them for different effects. So I'm doing the same thing with these. I'm kind of doing, and the reason I'm doing hatching here is I want the color underneath to show. So I'm leaving spaces between the lines. If I made this all solid, I would lose the color behind it. You can see it better here. I purposely leave spaces between those lines. I like this song. Hopefully it's making sense. Guys, I'm having a blast. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any comments, questions in the chat. I am really just so fortunate enough to know you guys, and I do appreciate it so much. Thank you for spending some time with me tonight, listening to me stutter and stammer. But you know what? Like I tell all of my students in school when they present, I'm like, guys, just be yourselves. That's all I ask. It's okay if you're a little nervous, but I just want you to be you. And that's all I'm here, guys. I'm just trying to be me. I'm not practiced. This isn't rehearsed. I'm basically just winging it here. So thank you for bearing with me and appreciating it, supporting it. So I'm doing the same things here. I got some hatch lines here. We're going to show some on here as well. So you can see as I'm adding more to this, it's starting to come together. I do feel like I want to add some more. I should have carried this color in here a little bit. So I'm going to dip into this ink again and just throw some on. Just going to layer it up a little bit. Where was I? I was here. I lost my spot. I kind of just want this to look like it's continuing down. And I might even just throw this down and dab it in some more places. I'm using that word dab a lot today. What the heck? I don't want to get too crazy because I don't want to lose a lot of white space. So I'm going to just leave that at that for now. And then after it dries, I'll come back with some of that light aqua colored pencil and go on top of that. Check this out. Check how this is drying, that yellow preppy ink. Bam. I love the color combination of this pink with the orange. I don't know if you could see it too well, but right where that curve is on the pink, there's some orange and pink overlapping, and it's a really, really, really fun color. Here's a close-up of the colored pencil on the stacks. Bam, I'm loving this right here. That looks so cool. Loving colored pencil, thank you. I can't see Becky's comments. Thank you. Can you see me now, Chris? Becky, I can't see Becky's comments. Hi Becky, I can see you now. Weird. Guys, I'm not sure what's going on with the comments. I don't know if it's a Facebook glitch or... I did update my Ecamm software yesterday. I wonder if it's something to do with my software update. So let me know. I'm actually dipping into some yellow right now. I don't know why. I just automatically went and grabbed some yellow. So let's go with it. Yeah, this yellow watercolor paint right here. I'm just picking some of that up. And I'm going to grab some turquoise out of the watercolor pan. Not a lot of water because I want it to be intense. It'd be cool just to throw some down here just to separate this a little bit. So I'm just throwing that turquoise right across there. And let's throw another band of that turquoise right here. Just to pull that line out a little bit. All right. I'm just going over that Lamy ink I sketched here. Just want to pull the edge of this out a little bit. So I'm going over it with water. See if I can pull this edge out a little bit too. So I'm just going over the Lamy ink, pulling it down, boom, here, there we go. All right, let me zoom out. This one I think might be done for now, guys. The only thing I want to do is come back and I'll add some ink on top of it, some details. Probably with my my Pilot Precise pen. Precisely. Can you post that picture again? Yes, I'll post the picture again. Hey, Debbie's in the house. I'm painting also. Debbie, that's so cool. Love it. He's going with it. Painting. I'd like to try it if you'll let me. I'd like to try it if you'll let me. Yes. Yeah, let me bring the image up. Just move some stuff on my desk. Sometimes I'm like that. I gotta clean my desk up a little bit as I'm working here. And let's just put some tunes on. I'm gonna switch to this playlist here. Can you guys, I don't know if you guys can even hear my music. I've had the volume very low. Alright, let me bring the picture up. That is not the picture. That's the timer. Again, so I just was using it for inspo. Colors are not the same. I left parts out of it. I'll come back and sketching some of these vertical struts maybe, but there's a whole stack here I didn't even show. And I'm cool with that, guys. Again, I'm just playing around. I use the picture just as a starting point. And that's why I turn it off, because I don't even really want to look at it after a certain point. But now that I'm looking at it, you can sketch in some railings here. We have some kind of struts, brace or diagonal bracing going on in here. So let's just sketch some of those in. I'm using the Energel pen because I can use it over the wet areas. I know we have a ladder somewhere in here, but I'm just going to do this. I don't even know if that's where it is. I'm going to pull this curved pipe out a little bit. I'm just dotting in some rivets. Aren't they riveting? This is a riveting sketch. It's a riveting sketch. That might be the title of it. Riveting sketch. I know, I just made it smaller, didn't I? Sorry, guys. Got it. Thanks, you're welcome. Becky says I can hear it. Cool. This one's finished. Come back and add ink. Yeah, I think this one's done. I'm liking it. The only thing I don't like is where I got some palm prints down there, but we can fix that up. And one thing I would like to add is some splatter. Let's splatter some... What do we want to splatter? Let's splatter some turquoise on here. So I'm just going to dip into the turquoise here. And we'll just let that run down there. Runaway pen, and we're just going to do this. Boom. Just grunge it up. We'll do some down here. Let's grab some, we'll do some orange splatter too. This is interesting music. I feel like we're in Paris. Cool. And I'd really like to see if I can get one more big splatter out of what's left in here. Let's see if there's anything that's going to come out. No! Let's see. Nope, I think we clean this ink out. Use every last drop. There's actually, what's cool about these ink cartridges, there's a ball bearing in here. You can hear it. There's a little ball bearing. There's a little bit coming out. Pretty cool. Thinking we were done here, blah blah blah. Work with me here, Jason. Oh right, D-Ray, you're right. I'm so sorry. Yeah, this one's done, guys. I'm gonna let it dry. Stand back, folks. Here comes the splatter. Yes. Feel free to visit my online store where you can buy Inking Out Loud ponchos. We're selling Inking Out Loud ponchos that you can wear. Think of this as the Shamu Splash Zone. If you've been to, what's that place where the Shamu used to be? SeaWorld. If you sat in the first like 10 rows, you would get saturated when he landed in the water and splashed everywhere. It's kind of the same thing here. So this is like the sketching splash zone. You might want to wear a poncho when you're in the area. Cool. All right, guys, this one's awesome. So Karen, this is going out to you. Let's take a look through here and just show you guys. So I want to compare like the different papers, same subject matter, same basic colors. Zoom out. So one of the cool things about, I'm trying to create a series of these industrial sketches. And one of the things that can help tie a series together is not only subject matter, but it's also colors, right? So you can see the same basic color palettes used in both of these. Pretty cool. The scale's pretty close too, actually. It's funny. So this was the semi, not the cold press, what do they call it? The semi-press paper, the sample I was trying out. I like it. It's buckling a little bit because it's wet. And the colors look more intense on the watercolor paper than the drawing paper. So that's one of the big differences I notice. Obviously there's texture on this one. This is very smooth. Do I like one better than the other? I'm not sure. I like them both. I do like the vibrancy because this is a bright white paper. Here it's popping, it's more vibrant, more rich. This isn't quite as bright, but it's really fun. Lena, I thought you were being serious about the ponchos. Oh my gosh, no, I'm kidding. No, I should go out and sell ponchos on. If you go to the inkspiredlife.com/ponchos. No, totally joking. Guys, let me know in the house. I'm gonna leave it up to you if you want me to do a real quick. I mean, like super quick. We'll put the timer on. We'll see. I can sketch in 7 minutes. Another kind of industrial sketch. This flower. I cannot do this in 7 minutes. This probably took me a half hour to do. Letting things dry, coming back to it. This is probably a half hour. I didn't time it. It might even be a little bit longer. But if you want me to do another quick 7-minute sketch, just put yes 7 minutes in the chat. D-Ray says, looking good. Like the front row at the Blue Man Group. Yes. The front row at the Blue Man Group. I'll do a little show and tell. So for all of you guys that were watching and painting along with Rue this morning, I'll show you, here's what I painted along this morning with Rue, this cool little island scene. Needs a little more work maybe, but so that was a fun sketch this morning. And if we do another sketch tonight, I'm going to actually do it on this paper. Boom. I have a Sketch Happens t-shirt with retro. Yes, retro. That is true. I do. You can get a Sketch Happens t-shirt with retro. I have not sketched retro or the Whistling Cowboy in a long time. Retro is the mascot of our show. That's so cool, Patty. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you have that. That's so fun. They're fantastic. Tonight's paper makes the colors pop more. I agree. It's not splatterproof though. Yes, do another. Debbie's in the house. Debbie, great to see you. 7 minutes industrial, please. Use on the ponchos. All right. So we're going to do a 7-minute industrial sketch. I'm going to pull up another image. I'm digging into my images here. This is going to be a quick one. I don't know. We'll do this one. We'll try this one here. All right, let's see what we can sketch in 7 minutes. I'm going to not even talk. If you can believe it, I'm not going to talk for at least 5 of the 7 minutes. I'm just going to let the music take over and sketch. We're going to sketch this time back in our Lockby Field journal. You can hear this paper's a little crunchy. Nothing wrong with crunchy paper. All right, let me just move some things around. I gotta figure out a better system when I'm working. Oh, I just dropped my pink pencil. Can you guys see that? No, let me make this smaller. Let me move, I gotta move some camera stuff. Let me just do this. All right, let me get closer. All right, hopefully you guys can see that. I might move it off camera a little bit. That doesn't work there. I gotta move this here. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? It's all in the prep work. Can you guys see that? All right, cool. I feel like I need more room. All right, that's better right there. All right, let's put the timer to 7 minutes and let's just sketch. I need peppy music. This music's cool. I really want to listen to. I can't play because I'll get copyrighted and they will turn my sound off. All right, let's just go back to here. Oh wait, what do I have here? Sorry guys, I'm just scrolling through my music. No. All right. Sometimes I'm fussy with my music. Let's just play this. We'll go back to here. All right, let's sketch, guys. Here we go. 7 minutes. Where's my timer? We could edit that to 7. The man is wasting time. He's playing with the screens. All right, here we go. Alright, there we go. 7 minutes, boom. That's what we got. Obviously I didn't have enough time to let anything dry to add any kind of more details that I would use with my Sharpie or Pilot pen. But I think we got some cool, quick, fun motion, some cool colors happening. This paper it's saturated, it's buckling a lot. So it's not really meant to hold tons of water, so I was going kind of nuts with the water on it. But that's kind of what it came out. Does it look like the sketch? No, it was just inspired, just the shapes, boom, 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 the verticals. Got some bracing going on over here. We have kind of an opening over here, some kind of walkway happening there. So it's just a real quick take on how to do something in 7 minutes, right? I also threw down the colored pencil while things were still wet. Usually I'll wait for it to dry, but I wanted you guys to see what it would look like if I popped on some of that pink, some of the aqua. So after this dries, I'll definitely come back and I'll flush out a little more of the shapes. I'll pull them out with ink, add some riveting, add some hatching, and kind of like we did here, right? Add some hatching, give it a little more depth, a little more 3D-ness to it. Yeah, so that's a quick 7-minute sketch, guys. Awesome, thank you for watching. D-Ray, look at those notes. 1 Sharpie. Thank you so much. Ink Bleeders, Bleeding Painting. Wow. Thank you for those notes. And the crowd goes wild. Yeah, that's me going wild. Yes. I'm going to leave with one last thing, guys. I'm going to show and tell half of a cookie that's been calling my name for the past hour. It's kind of late to be eating it. You got to check this cookie out. And then we'll wrap up. Mickey, yeah, I like the colors. Hey, thank you, Mickey. Great to see you. I'm glad you like the colors. D-Ray, thank you for listing down the steps. I kind of was erratic and did things a little different than normally, but I was under a time constraint and I wanted to pop down as much as I could in 7 minutes. So that's so cool. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me show you this cookie before we leave. So there's a cookie company based in Pennsylvania called Taylor Chip. They are not a sponsor. I am just talking about this because it's on my desk and it's pretty appetizing looking here. Taylor Chip. I kind of spoiled myself a little bit and bought some of these cookies. They're not cheap cookies, but it's a treat. So it's okay to treat yourself once in a while, and God knows after the amount of taxes I had to pay this year, I had to treat myself to something nice. Anyway, this is half of a cookie right here. Let's talk architecture. This is a plan view or top view of the cookie. I'll tell you what's in it in a minute. So that's a top view. Does anybody know, if Cameron's in the house, what is section? What is a section drawing? Or a cross-section drawing? This would be a great demo in class, actually. So a cross-section. Hey, Karen, good night. Great to see you. I'll be mailing your print to you. Thank you so much. Cross-section is when you slice through a building or you slice through something and you can see inside what it's made out of. So we imagine we slice this, now we look at the cross-section of the inside. We can see what it's made out of on the interior. So they call this the kitchen sink cookie. It has, I don't know, it has coconut flakes, I think 2 kinds of chocolates, chips maybe. It has pretzels on it as well and caramel. Yeah. And again, this is only half of it. I'm probably actually going to cut it in half again and just have a quarter tonight. A lot of sugar. But really, really delicious cookies. Taylor Chip. I'll have to give them a shout out. We'll clip this part of the video and send it to them. Highly recommend it. Very yummy. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Rebecca, it was great seeing you. Yum, enjoy. Thank you so much. I will definitely enjoy it. I like the way this is drying, actually. It's looking kind of cool. I will definitely post a finished picture of this maybe tomorrow. You can kind of see where I went with it. Mickey says, treat yourself. That's Mickey. Sometimes we just have to, right? Sometimes we work so hard. or we take care of things. Sometimes we gotta just treat ourselves sometimes. So I'm all about that. We have to sometimes we have to celebrate our wins sometimes. Just enjoy. It's okay. Karen's great seeing you. D-Ray, always great seeing you as well. I hope everything works out with your travel plans. Positive thoughts and vibes your way. Patty, always great seeing you. What an Inkling reunion. Guys, this is so fun. I don't even want to leave. We got 10 people here. I'm talking really loud because my music's on loud. So if I'm shouting, I'm sorry. I like this music. Becky, great seeing you as well. I love your comments and the crowd goes wild. So fun. I don't want to miss anybody. Debbie, it was great seeing you. Debbie was in the house. My light went off, so it's 10 o'clock. Elena, great seeing you. Elena is now a regular Inkling. Elena's been popping on and joining us the past few times. So Elena, great to have you around as well. Thank you for joining. As you can see, we got a great group of peeps here. Hey Chris, it was great that you popped on. Hadn't seen you in a while on one of my streams, so keep on creating, and it's great seeing you in here as well. Cameron was in the house. Cameron, always a pleasure. Cameron is a former student of mine who is now studying architecture. So that's so awesome, Cam. Did I miss anybody? If I missed you, let me know. I'm just going through the names. May have missed someone, but not on purpose. I love sketching to this music right here. Sorry guys, I can't help it. Music really influences me. You guys are like, oh my god, I want to get out of here. He's still going on. My eyes are getting tired. Why is he still sketching? He said an hour ago he was going to be off. Sometimes you just get in the groove, you get in the mood. You gotta go with it. Oh, I know what I forgot to put on that last sketch. Dang it. I forgot to add here. I like to do the vertical rivets to show where the sheets of metal have come together. I knew there was something I wanted to add on here. So I'm just showing some vertical rivets happening. Sorry guys, I got off tangent. It's called inking out loud. I'm just inking out loud with you. This is what goes through my brain as I'm creating. I like this song too. All right. So I'm just sketching these vertical rivets on here. Rivet, not as in a frog, but rivet as this is a riveting sketch. All right. All right, now I'm officially out of here. Guys, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great, great rest of your night. Woohoo, encore. So again, tomorrow I might be breaking in. It's hard for me to say goodbye, can't you tell? Yeah, I still am having trouble saying goodbye to kids I met in college like 30 years ago. Like, you know, graduated, like, I'm never going to see you guys again. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Hopefully I'll break in tomorrow with some live streaming from the Statue of Liberty. I'm so excited to be going. It's something I've sketched a lot, but now I'm going to go sketch it in person. Super duper excited. We're still with you. We're still with you. Yes, I love the rivets. Art is all about tangents. Yeah, Becky, it is. Becky, you are so wise. Art is about just being you and going with it. By the way, if any of you guys did sketch along tonight, I'd love to see what you made. So feel free to post it on my Inklings Facebook page, Facebook group. If you're not part of the Inklings Facebook group, let me know. I'd love for you to post your stuff there so we can see what you made. I do want to pop out these cross bracings with some pink here. Alright, that's enough pink. Alright, peace out. See you guys. Thank you so much. Peace and live creatively. Have a great, great rest of your night or morning or whatever time it is. Good night.